you because I know you very well and you are in my Facebook friend list also. So you are always there for us. And you will be there for us. In front of you, sir, I would like to give compliments to the Symbiosis International University because uh, yeah, we have been participating in lots of social cultural activities which have been organized by this Symbiosis International University. So thank you, Majinder sir, and all your faculty member. And sir, as of now, I don't have any questions because we have a certain limited time, and there are lots of my friends who are going to ask you some questions. So from our side, sir, we would like to submit a memorandum to you, as we feel very lucky to have and very feels proud to have a mix of other with us. So, sir,
Okay.
we submit.
ठीक है, you can give the paper.
Sir, if possible, then kindly spare only 30 seconds with us.
ठीक है, after this.
Okay.
What was your vision before you become an MP? And does it change after you become an MP for the Northeast? And as you have mentioned, along with that, as you have mentioned, I want to ask one question. As you have mentioned that there are no youths back in most of the villages.
From the village.
So, as much potential as we have, it is here. I mean, most not utilized. So, what is your message for our youngsters here in the city?
See, when I joined politics, there were many things in my mind. I was never satisfied with the way things were going. And now also, many people have requested me to get into the state politics. The political, thing is very dynamic in nature. Some people will even, some MLAs will come and tell me that you become the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh. I tell them, I can become Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, or I can involve more in the state politics. But if I'm not there, somebody can run. And I'm not, undermining the importance of running the state. Somebody will run. It cannot be like there is no Chief Minister of a state. If I'm not there as Chief Minister, somebody will be Chief Minister. But being a union minister, if I'm not there, it's not necessary that somebody from Arunachal will be minister. It's not a reserve quota. So I'm taking benefit of being my, ability to connect with most of my friend circle in the national level and try to get maximum benefit for northeastern region, as well as I mentioned earlier, that don't think about getting from Delhi. You have to contribute for the nation also. So as an Indian, I must contribute for this country. At the same time, help in formulating precisely proper policy which is suitable for northeastern region. If I'm not there in home ministry, people coming from northeastern region will have difficulties in even entering the north block. The north block and south block is the corridor of power. So it's difficult to reach the north block. And to frame policy is much tougher because the bureaucratic procedure, the difficulty in, cracking that elite, that sort of arena, it's difficult. So I'm trying to extract maximum possible during my tenure as a union minister. So that is how I felt that even when I was student in university, I felt that we need to have more powerful and substantive voice in Delhi to understand Northeast. That's why I have joined, at early age, and I started my political career. And when I was member of parliament in 2004, 2009, some of you will be aware that my debates and discussion as an opposition MP, it used to be quite, highly ranked by from the treasury bench. They used to say that I make good points. That is because that if I don't speak, there's nobody else to speak. And being very hilly region in Northeast, we have less numbers of members of parliament. The Indian democracy runs with numbers. I used to joke those days in UP there are 80 MPs. If 40 do not speak, the other 40 will speak. Now, if I don't speak, there will be nobody else. So I have to raise my capacity. So at times when I was speaking five times debate in a day, one of the journalists asked me, "You have taken part in 5 different topics of discussion in the Lok Sabha in a day, single day. How did you manage that?" I said, "I have less numbers of MPs." So the day I entered Parliament, I decided that I should be equivalent to 10 MPs of Bihar. You have to sometimes inspire yourself if none is there. So actually, these are the things, in politics to the younger generation like you. We can be leaders in politics, in business, in academic career, anywhere, all the fields you need leadership. So wherever you are, you must be very, very sincere, dedicated, articulate, very, very objective, and then you can contribute. Not only that you contribute from political angle, no, contribution can be from every angle. As a scientist, you can contribute better than a politician. So contribution, your role in society is multifacets, it's unlimited. So maybe, as I said in the beginning, those who are in Symbiosis in Pune, you will realize that being here, you are in a position to take care of region in a much better way in future when you stand on your feet.
So my name is Abhishek Vora. I'm from Assam. So I have a question regarding education. So basically, I've done my engineering from the United Kingdom. So I'm studying over here.
Okay.
The issue I would like to put up is that the British engineering degree is not termed as equivalent in India. So this is the same issue which I'm also facing at the moment. There are lots of Indian students which have studied back in the UK, but are also willing to study master's degree or postgraduate level degree over in India. So what is the AIU or the government is doing to bring that at par so that will encourage a lot of people, a lot of students to do and to contribute in the country?
Well, higher education is a challenge, definitely. And recently, I had discussed with my colleague, the Minister HRD, about the whole, higher education scenario in the Northeast. The first step, as was mentioned earlier, the 10,000 scholarship for higher education. But that's a good step, but not the final solution. Final solution is to get the institution in the region and impart the education on the spot, on the ground. There are policy matters which require some kind of, amendments or changes which are necessary. We will deal with that. I have asked the minister to implore the possibilities of establishment of top-ranked universities or their, sister organizations are there, like Symbiosis. If it has to, establish its branch in Northeast, how government can support? Initially, government has to come in the way of, establishment of the institute initially. Then the international, as you said, you mentioned about the UK and the engineering institute and all. We have to make Northeast as an educational hub. And to do that, people like you, those who are already in the thinking of pipeline, I can invite you to Delhi to deliberate on these issues. It will, have so many issues to deal with. We can have a very comprehensive discussion on that, because higher educational policy needs comprehensive discussion and then move forward. I have some ideas with me. If I just try to push ahead without wide-scale discussion, it might be detrimental. Because this is such a technical field, so even if I have certain opinion of my own, I would rather, push this particular, thing in a coordinated manner after taking into consideration all the stakeholders, of course the state governments also, and then move forward. You are invited in Delhi anytime.
My name is Purnil, sir. I'm studying my master's in Symbiosis.
You're from?
From Manipur, sir.
Okay.
So my question is regarding tourism. So recently the airports in Manipur and the railway project in Jiribam, all those are part of the Look-East policy, sir. So my question is, there are all these festivals, especially cultural festivals in
Yeah.
Northeast. There's Jiro Festival, there's Hornbill, there's Sangai Festival, which is largely celebrated. So my question is, how can the government and also the civilians help promote the festival so that we have a larger celebration of these festivals, not just in national level, but also in an international level. Now that all the ports are open, and at least the airport line and the railways are open, how can we, as civilians, help promote the festivals?
See, Northeast is very diversified region. The advantage of Northeastern region is its, colorful diversity. What I have thought about is, each region has its own potential. First of all, we have to look from the sectoral angle. Like Shillong is already an educational hub in terms of Northeastern standard. We can enhance it further. If Arunachal Pradesh is going to be the powerhouse of India, then we concentrate on that field. And suppose if Manipur is going to be major area for our gateway to the Southeast Asian countries, and the export, import, handloom, handicraft, all these things, then we have to see that. And then Sikkim from horticulture, floriculture point of view. So each state has potential. It's not that one state, but we have to have some concentration for each state. Then these festivals, what you mentioned about, we have made it a regular feature. Recently, I had a meeting with the donor minister, like Shanghai Festival in Manipur. Recently, we gave 25 lakhs. Now, to celebrate one festival, you need lots of resources, financial resources. If you are busy looking and generating financial resources, then it takes time. It takes toll on the organization itself. So I have tried to channelize in a way that the resources are fixed. The private sectors, the public sector units will come in, and the government resources is this much. What I'm thinking is from next year, all state level functions, all state level festivals like Zero Festival or Buddha Mahotsav or Shanghai Festival, Hornbill Festival in Nagaland, something around 50 lakhs, that's in my mind right now. Though I'm not the minister in charge, but I'm taking the call actually. Something like 50 lakhs to each designated and identified festival, fixed amount. 50 lakhs for Shanghai Festival, 50 lakhs for Hornbill Festival in Nagaland. Now that is a calendar event where it will be connected with all tour operators, tourism agencies across the globe. So people will come at particular point of time, and there will be, the government helps also to ease the process of, coming over there. That will, slowly connect Northeast with the rest of the world. And not only, India itself is such a huge market. Like Darjeeling survives on the tourists from West Bengal only. West Bengal alone constitutes 95% of the tourists you get in Darjeeling. So India itself is a huge market. So that is how we are going to identify the potential areas, whether it's a festival, cultural festival, or it's a tourism festival, or some economic, potentialities, whichever is there, wherever. We will identify it and then channelize it so that each state can grow according to its own potential. So we are going to, it's not controlling but regulating. So that's how we are coming into the picture.
Questions.
Okay.
I'm a faculty at Symbiosis Institute of International Business, and I come from Assam. I have a question regarding how is government actually taking action regarding retaining of resources of the Northeast region? See, for example, I'm not questioning the education system. We have quality of people who are educated enough, but then the problem we have seen is once they pass out, they just go into some other region. They do not stick to their own region, and as a result, we see that at the end of the month, the parents are left alone, and we just end up sending a lump sum to their accounts. So this is an issue actually, which people from our region face. So what is the immediate action that our government is actually taking to retain those resources? Say in the sector of IT or telecom.
Resources, both in terms of human resources as well as natural resources, we have to, exploit it in a positive sense. You have to get the, capital inflow within Northeast to transform it into a major commercial hub. When there is commercial activities, then employment is automatic. It generates employment. So now that's why Prime Minister talks about connectivity and generation of employment through various process of economic activity. We have to ensure that the capital inflow is possible only if there is a prospective scenario. Business is what? The secret of business is profitability. If people are not secured, if people's capital are not going to have that kind of prospective returns, nobody will invest there, whether it's in education or elsewhere. So we are going to have major investment kind of a conference or event very soon, and we will ensure that good players, good global players come there. Once global players come there, establish their activities there, then people like you will be in a commanding position, employed there, taking care of the region, and in the process helping the country. So India has to progress in every pocket. So Northeast must be turned into a commercial hub, and for that, all necessary measures which I spelled out just a while ago, we are really mindful of all these things.
Actually, sorry to say, I can't do a perfect talking English and Hindi also. Broken language. Actually, मैं नियापिन का हूँ, कुरुंग कुमे डिस्ट्रिक्ट, अरुणाचल प्रदेश. एंड अच्छी हमारा यहाँ मैं जो यशवंत राव चवंदो कॉलेज में मैं BSL थर्ड ईयर लोग पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ, और मैं यहाँ पुणे में 3 साल रहा. तो यहाँ पे जो हमारा नॉर्थ ईस्ट का जो एटीट्यूड जो थोड़ा रफ टाइप का होता है भाषा जो, लेकिन दिल से नहीं होता है. यहाँ पे जब भी जहाँ भी जाता है हमें नेपाली कहता है और चिंगचोंग कहता है. चिंगचोंग इन द सेंस चाइनीज. तो हमारा चेहरा जो थोड़ा मतलब लुक्स लाइक स्मॉल, तो हमें वो चीज़ से मुझे बहुत हेम्पर होता है. जहाँ भी जाओ इस वजह से कहीं ना कहीं में हादसा होते रहता है. तो ये हमारा यहाँ एक प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. और यहाँ का जो महाराष्ट्र का निवासी जो ये कि हमारा अरुणाचल को पता नहीं, अरुणाचल प्रदेश कहाँ है कुछ भी पता नहीं है. पूछता है कि तुम्हारा अरुणाचल कहाँ है, कौन सा कंट्री से बिलोंग करते हैं, करेंसी क्या है. मैंने बोला आप मोदी जी को पता है. उन्होंने बोला मोदी जी को पता नहीं, तू क्या मुझसे बात करेगा, मोदी जी तक को भी पता नहीं है. तो मैंने बोला हमारा एक बड़ा भैया रिजिजू वहाँ का हमारा घर का है, वो यहाँ होम मिनिस्टर अफेयर मिनिस्टर में यूनियन में रहा, तो उस तक को भी आप कुछ पता नहीं तो आप क्या बात करेंगे. ये चीज़ बहुत सा गड़बड़ चल रहा है. तो हमारा यहाँ अरुणाचल प्रदेश को कुछ पता नहीं, यहाँ असम को पता है, दिल्ली नॉर्थ साइड में अरुणाचल प्रदेश कहाँ है पता है, साउथ में पता है, जो कलकत्ता साइड में पता है, गुजरात में पता है, पर महाराष्ट्रियन लोग कम लोग जानते हैं. ये चीज़ बहुत इफेक्ट पड़ता है. बहुत से सवाल ही पूछते हैं कि अरुणाचल प्रदेश जो हमारा सेंट्रल के लिए क्या फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करते हैं, बहुत कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं. ये चीज़ जो छोटा चीज़ से हमारा आपस में खेल खेलते हैं, मतलब ये फैमिली का खेल है. तो अच्छी आपको मैं निशी हूँ, हमारा भाषा से जो बया को अच्छी कहता है, तो मैं आपको अपना बया के हिसाब से बात करना चाहूँगा. तो मैंने 2-3 बार जो